If you've been watching the past couple of videos, you might remember that the goal currently is to get rid of some bikes out of the garage. We stripped down that Schwinn Paramount and we rebuilt the Schwinn Step Through. I now have at least 3 more bikes, maybe 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 is a maybe. At least 3 more bikes to go through. But that's not what we're doing today. I've been doing everything that I can to get rid of some bikes, clear some clutter, and make room for some vehicles that I'm very excited to own. I've got bigger projects on the horizon, and I really want. I just need to thin out, all of this. But I broke that rule. You see, currently I have a list of 3 bikes that, given the right price, the right size, and the right condition, I would buy at any point in time. 1, I really want a Fat Chance frame. It has to be the right color, has to be the right condition because I'd bastardize the bike and I don't want it to be all original. 2, I want a 26er titanium frame, preferably a Dean. I don't want to spend $800 on the frame, and it needs to be in my size, and it has to fit at least a 2.5 tire. Third, the third one gets interesting. Let's take a look at what I bought. Well, this is the third bike. So I'm going to tell you a little story. I'm working hard on being a recovering bike hoarder, but it's difficult when, an original, all original, early 80s stump jumper gets offered up on the table. It's my size. I love this color. Honestly, I love all the stump jumper colors. It's got the golf putter stem, the classic riser bars, nice and wide. I think they're like 750 wide. And so I bought it. Well, kind of. If you don't already know, Grin Junior Cycles, linked down below, runs a wonderful, bike emporium, online bike emporium, basically, of all things vintage. He was coming out to Colorado and asked me if I was looking for anything. And I casually mentioned that I would love a early 80s stump jumper. And he had one. He had the exact one I was looking for. Now, I wasn't necessarily looking for a, mint, pristine, all original condition one, but that's pretty much what he had. So far, all I've done is swap out the grips to some ODI long necks. I put these old Deity pedals on that I had, and I put some tires on that I found at the co-op for the time being. I've been riding it. I got it last Wednesday. I've taken it out on a handful of rides. I did one yesterday, 2 days ago, Friday, Saturday. What day is it? Today's Tuesday. I took it out on Sunday for a mountain bike ride because this is a mountain bike. I went on a few of my local trails and absolutely loved it. It was so much fun. I have plans for this bike. I have plans for it in the future, changing most everything, which is going to make some people's hearts break. Joel assured me that he was okay with it. So thanks, Joel. Again, before I go any further, I need to give a massive thank you to Joel for bringing this all the way from Minnesota to Colorado just for me. Did a bit of trading, some goods were exchanged, and now I have this bike in my possession, and I'm really excited. I'd like to go over, what all is on this bike, and I guess why I want one so bad. So to start off, the frame is my size. I have found a handful of these before, but they've either been way too big or way too small. This one is precisely my size. I believe it measures a 19, but these had a pretty decent top tube, and the geometry, even a 20 feels a bit off. The 19 feels just right. It has all the original stickers on it and the full original build kit. Some people, I've kind of posted this on my Instagram, we talked back and forth about this, and Joel and I talked about it too. From my understanding, when a bike shop back in the day was given the opportunity to get these in the shop, they got to pick the build kit that came on it. So nowadays, when you go to order a mountain bike, you know, you get your XT, your GX, your Dior build kit that comes with different suspension and brakes and drivetrain and all that stuff. But the bike shop themselves got to pick what came on it, and then you went to your local shop and you picked out your bike. Not sure where this one was originally from. Unfortunately, there was no bike shop sticker. Joel said he got it from someone. It seemed like the person had had it since it was new, and then Joel's had it for about 3 years, and now I have it. Everything on it is how it came. The bar, the stem, the brakes, drivetrain, all of it was the same. I just swapped out a few bits to make it more rideable for the time being. We could start with the Suzu sealed bearing hubs. They spin incredibly well. I did a tiny bit of hub adjustment, and they feel absolutely incredible. That front wheel spins forever. It's a 3x5 drivetrain with the Suntour ARX group set with matching friction shifters, which I'm a huge fan of. It comes with the Mafec brakes, cantilever, obviously, because that's what it was. I readjusted those. I readjusted the shifting. I also did put new cable and housing in both the derailleurs because they were a little sticky and a little rusty from been sitting for so long. It comes with the very classic TA cranks. These are, you know, some of the most classic that you can get. Absolutely just beautiful. It's got a SR fluted seat post, which is also very pretty. Unfortunately, this one is just over max insertion and is still just a tiny bit short for me, so I'll probably have to swap that out at some point. It comes with the Avocet Touring 1 saddle, which honestly is not that uncomfortable. I'll probably swap it for one of my Brooks that I have kicking around though. Tomaselli? Tomaselli Racer high performance levers, which honestly, the reach on them is very long, but I will say they stop you. As I mentioned before, it's got the golf putter stem and the crazy high-rise, like moto-inspired specialized bars. I was always so interested because when in the 80s, when mountain biking, like the first production mountain bikes were being made, the bars were so much wider, and coming into the 90s, it was all the rage to, you know, slam the bars down, make them super skinny, get really aero. My dad's bike, actually, his Specialized stump jumper, which is a 97, I think, had like 580 bars. It was absolutely crazy. His brakes and shifters like went all the way to the stem, and then it was just grips on the end. It was so stupid. But yeah, I think this era of 80s bike, especially Specialized, did a really good job of creating a bike that handled really well. You can see like a lot of the angles on the bike look super similar to modern bikes, which is crazy. Maybe not the seat tube, but you know, it's just impressive. This thing rides so well, even in the stock form. I had a ton of fun riding it around mountain bike trails. I did a little gravel on it. I've done some street, you know, hopping around. I'm actually going to ride it tonight to our local dirt pile race series. It's an awesome bike. It's everything I wanted it to be, and maybe a little bit more. I will be bastardizing this bike, however. Long-term plans for this bike are going to be to make it into something that it always could be, given technology increase and modern parts selection, mix of new and old stuff. I've got someone very special helping me out with that build. I'm not going to release that quite yet. Still, dialing in all the details, figuring it all out, but I am very excited to show off what we're going to be building. It's a long-term project. This is one of the ones that I've been talking about, and I'm stoked. So, thanks for being here. This is a shorter video. I'm busy this week, but I wanted to take a minute to talk about this bike and kind of what it represents to me. I hope you all enjoyed it. I got a ton of love about this bike on Instagram, so I figured I should make a video on it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, and sorry about the dogs. My neighbor's dogs are terribly, terribly behaved. Cool.